Characteristics of particles of matter. What characteristics do the particles of matter possess? Oh, is it? Particles of matter have space between them. Let us find out for ourselves. When we prepare tea or coffee, we see that in tea, liquor gets evenly distributed in the water. Do you know why it happens? It happens because particles of one type of matter get into the spaces between particles of the other. Therefore, there is enough space between particles of matter. The particles of gases have large gap between each other, and the particles of liquid have gap less than that of gases and more than that of solids between them. Let us do this activity and see. Take some water in a beaker and note its level. We then dissolve or add a spoon of sugar in the water and stir it. The sugar dissolves, but the level does not change. This is because the particles of sugar get into the space between the particles of water. The second characteristic is particles of matter are continuously moving. Really? How can we see it? Let us take some water in a beaker and put blue or red ink slowly along the sides of the beaker. Leave it undisturbed for a few hours. Now see, the ink spreads evenly throughout the water due to the movement of the particles of water and ink. All matters are made up of very tiny particles, and they are always in motion. This means all solids, liquids, and gases are made of tiny particles, which are moving within the bulk of the matter. Can you imagine why the smell of hot, sizzling food reaches you from far off distance? Oh, that's why I smell my perfume from all corners of my room. And same is the case with the agarbattis at home. Gases moves faster than the liquids, and liquids move faster than the solids. So we see that particles of matter intermix on their own with each other. They do so by getting into the spaces between the particles. This intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. The third characteristic is particles of matter attract each other. Oh, they not only continuously move but also attract each other. Let's find out. We take an iron nail, a piece of chalk, and a rubber band. Now we try to break it by hammering, cutting, or stretching. what do you find? It is more easier to break the chalk, less easier to break the rubber band, and difficult to break the iron nail. Can you tell why this has happened? This is because the particles in the iron nail are held together with greater force than in the rubber band or chalk. So now we know that particles of matter attract each other to attain a stable state. But the strength of this force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to another. Think of some more examples from your surroundings. States of matter. What are the different states of matter that we see around us? Solid, liquid, gas. 3 states of matter. Is that all? There are 2 more. Why do you think there are different states of matter? It's because there are variations in the characteristic of the particles of matter. Table, chair, pen, notebook. All of them are solids because they have definite shape, distinct boundaries, and fixed volumes. Solids are rigid, that is, they may break under force, but it is difficult to change their shape. How about rubber band, sugar, or sponge? Are they solids? Yes, they are. A rubber band changes shape under force and regains the same shape when the force is removed. The shape of individual sugar crystals remain fixed, whether it is on a plate or in a bottle. And a sponge has minute holes and when pressed can be compressed as it has minute holes where air is trapped, but when released it regains its original shape.